Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Mountain. It's winter time and it's really important that we try to make the winter feel a little bit shorter. We can do that by plugging in some fun things to do. A lot of people don't think of this, but one of my favorite things to do in the winter time is to go kiting. You can kite all year round, of course. All you need is wind, but it's really fun in the winter time, and I'll show you some neat things you can do. Now, I've done kiting since I was a little boy. I used to make kites. I used to make box kites and different layered kites and fly them. One of the cool things I find when kiting is you look up at the sky and you just look at the kite and you pay attention to the kite. And especially with these kites I'm going to show you today, that you can actually steer them. Your focus is on them and you're not thinking about things that are stressing you or things that are going on in your life or the world around you. So it's a great way. All you need is wind. You got to get outside and you get some fresh air, and it's great for your mental and physical health. So I'm going to show you some kites today, and they're called traction kites or power kites, and I'll show you why that is in a little bit. For your safety, always stay far away from power lines, even fences and buildings when you're flying any kite. Especially these power kites or traction kites, they can really pull you, and so you want to leave a big buffer. So I'm going to show you, this is the first power kite I bought, and it's a 3.5 meter surface area, so it's on the smaller end, but there's even smaller ones than this. Then you can buy this, and they're not horribly expensive. You can get them for probably in the neighborhood of 120 to 200. I think this was closer to 350 bucks. So it comes with a handle, and this is a little safety leash so the kite doesn't get away from you. The wind blows in here, and it's called a ram air kite, and this will fill up and actually make the kite fairly rigid, and there's a tiny bit of wind, and then it will pull up in the sky, and this handle allows you to steer it. Simply pull it towards you to the left and the kite will dive down to the left, pull it towards you to the right and the kite would dive down to the right. Okay. And so I used this one for a couple years, and on really windy days I actually did power kiting with it too, which I'm going to show you that in a bit. And then this one I bought used. I bought that one new from the Canadian Kite Company, I believe. This one here I bought used for quite a bit more. I think I bought it for about 500 or 600 bucks. See, there is a wind. I could fly. So this one comes with a harness that you wear around your body, and then handle as well. Quite a bit more rigging on this one because it has a lot more ability to adjust the strength and the tilt of the kite to catch more air. But I want to show you the size difference. So I believe that one is 8.5 meters squared, and this one here is 3.5. So a lot more power. And then just the design of this kite, the bigger kite here, it's meant a lot more for power and for pulling. So it's such a fun thing to do, and both of them you can fly in the summertime just on your feet. This one here is a lot more conducive to that because the larger kite here, it can really pull you, and you're going to see that briefly. So much fun. It's one way to get out in the winter time and not be so afraid of the snow or the wind. And of course, a reasonably windy day. If it's very windy, you could get hurt. It can pull you quite hard. On little kites that you get, they would just collapse if it's way too windy. So that's not ideal either. But any type of kite, these kites are awesome. And but anything to get you out in the wintertime, enjoying fresh air. Okay, in the last few minutes before sunset here, the wind wind came up nicely, and I'll show you a little bit of flying. All right, so hopefully I'm not too high in the sky that the camera will catch it. So it's not a turn like this, it's a pull. Pull to the right, and the kite will dive to the right. Pull to the left, and the kite will dive to the left. And if you pull and hold it, if it's windy enough, like now, it'll do a nice circle. So way up at the top, the zenith, 12 o'clock position, that's where the kite will kind of stand there and it doesn't pull that hard. So that's where all kites will go if they don't have two lines, or if they're not steerable, they'll always go to that 12 o'clock position. But the cool thing about this is you can use it to pull you one way or the other, and you can steer to the left and to the right. And the closer it gets to the ground, it also catches the wind more. The higher up it is, the angle of the kite lets more wind slough underneath it. The closer it gets to the ground, it generates more power too. You'll see it almost drag me a little bit more when I dive it down. It's not super windy right now, so it doesn't drag me much. But. And then way out at the edges, the 3 o'clock position, the 9 o'clock position, it's also weak there too. So if I hold it out here long enough, the kite would actually fall down. If I keep it way out at the edge long enough, way out to the edge, it would fall down because it's weak. And there's a safety feature. If it was really starting to pull me and scare me, if I just let it go, then the kite collapses on its own. So a nice little safety feature there. And if I want to bring it back up, okay, so now it's upside down, so I pull on the bottom. Should work, but it's caught up in weeds. It was caught up in the weeds a little bit, but it has this self-start. It's really cool. Well, I've got the cord wrapped up now, so there, now I've all unwrapped it.
Hello.
Hanging out with your dad on a windy Sunday afternoon, eh, Jer?
Yeah.
What a beautiful day, though.
And we're going kiting.
Look at what we're gonna do.
On our skis.
Snow kiting. All right, let's see if we can start this kite up, Jer, with the two of us.
I'm gonna grab onto the rope.
Okay, hang on. You all right?
Yeah, I have the rope too far to get.
Right on. Whoa. Beautiful Sunday afternoon in Alberta. Yeah. All right, now we can get up a bit of a clip here. Oh, gotta fly the kite too. Here we go, buddy.
Hey.
guess 4 legs, a little bit of arms.